are you? Welcome back to the Unexplained Archives, where we talk about all things weird, creepy, paranormal, unexplained, and we dig deep and try to find some answers for you. I'm Jamie, one of the hosts.
And I am Jen. How are
Hi,
you guys
Jen.
doing?
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. How are you, vacation girl?
I am doing good. I should say Jumbo because I'm here at Animal Kingdom where
Woo!
it means welcome.
That's awesome. I love it.
I'm here with my daughter Gabby and I've been yelling Jumbo at her all week.
I'm sure she loves it. Does she love it?
She loves it. The first thing in the morning, I'm like, Jumbo.
Jumbo. That's awesome. Are you going to continue on the whole trip home?
Probably for the rest of her life. Out of
There
nowhere.
You go.
I'll be like,
That's
Jumbo.
Right. Yeah. I love it. I love it. So how has it been? How has Disney been?
So good.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Like, I'm a Disney person, but this is just, it's such a magical place.
It is. I know.
Awesome. Yeah, I love it.
It's time for me to go back. I've been most recently to Disneyland when I was in California, which I love, awesome. But Disney World is just so fantastic too. So I love them both.
Yeah, I've never been to Disneyland. So I have to do that at some point.
Yes.
Just to keep up street cred, right? Because you got to visit some of the others. You can't be in Florida. No, but it's so great here because you do have the 4 parks and Disney Springs. Like we were at Disney Springs the other day. So it's just a lot of shopping and there's food. The food, oh my gosh. I have eaten so much food. I mean, but here's the great thing though about Disney. Disney calories don't count.
No, they don't.
You walk 20,000 steps a day.
There you go. Yes, that's right.
It doesn't matter. You eat whatever you want and you don't gain any weight. It's the best.
Yes.
Best diet ever.
It is.
Yeah, it really is.
I know I'm sure you've done a lot of walking.
We've done a lot of walking. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we've done a lot of walking. Today was the first day we just kind of chilled out. We've been here, so I guess 6 days, 5. Today was 7, right? Or tomorrow will be 7. But we just did like back to back to back, and so it was a lot of walking for like 5 days straight. So, but the weather, it's very hot. But we've lucked out rain-wise. Yesterday was really the first time we got rained on a bit at Magic Kingdom.
Okay.
But honestly, we brought our raincoats. You have to be prepared.
You do. You do.
You just never know.
Nope,
not at all.
Yeah.
But staying at Animal Kingdom has been so awesome. We have a Savannah room. Ooh. And so behind me is our balcony, and you walk out every morning and there's giraffes outside our window every morning.
Wow. I love that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
They've got wild animals walking around. There's giraffes and zebras and what else? Wildebeest. Yeah. It's so cool. It's just great. And everyone is so nice and welcoming. And so we did kind of turn this into like a birthday celebration.
As you should.
It was cool. Yeah, we're celebrating like the whole month.
That's right. It's your birthday month. I swear that's the way it needs to be done. It's your birthday month. Life is too busy. You can't always do everything you want to do on your birthday. You get the whole month, in my opinion.
I agree too. So we've been definitely doing it up. And when we got here, they asked if we were celebrating anything special. And I said, well, my birthday. So they gave me a birthday button. Woo. I'm telling you, that button is like the key to the city because my gosh, Disney is kind anyway, but when it's your birthday, like I don't want to come back any other time but my birthday now.
Yeah.
Let's see. Right from jump, I got free Dole Whip, which is always awesome.
I love Dole Whip.
They it was a ton of it too. It was like way more than they normally do. So I got Dole Whip and what else did at Magic Kingdom yesterday, I got one of those cattails. It's at the Cheshire Cafe. Oh my gosh. If
What
you
is
haven't gotten a
that?
cattail yet, holy cow.
No,
So
I
I
haven't.
had seen so I love going on TikTok and Instagram to see what all the foodie bloggers for Disney what they suggest. And I had heard about these cattails. It tastes almost like a chocolate croissant, but it's longer. It looks like a
Yum.
tail. And they just put like it's Cheshire cat color icing on top. Holy cow, it's so good.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
you had
and
me
the
at
girl,
chocolate croissant. That's one of my favorite things ever. I love
yeah,
those.
so good.
Yes.
So good.
Mm.
So and then girl was like, "Go ahead, happy birthday." And so
Wow.
yeah, so that was so nice. I've had at Animal Kingdom, I got to go up and the African band that was there, they came up there and they said had me come up and they sang happy birthday to me in Swahili.
Oh,
Um, and then
that's
when we were in,
awesome.
it was so cool. In Mexico, they had the mariachi band come out, and oh my God, they were
Oh,
amazing. And they sang me happy birthday. I mean,
wow.
it has been so great. So yes. And people will say happy birthday, like the cast members, they say happy birthday.
How
And
cute.
I know it's been really, really nice. But yeah, it's been such a cool experience. We had breakfast with the princesses at Cinderella's castle
Oh
yesterday.
my gosh, how
So that was
fun.
a lot of fun. So we got birthday wands and it
That's
was
amazing.
awesome.
That's
Yeah.
so cool. So did
Yeah.
you have to show any credentials that it was your birthday or you just say,
No.
"It's my birthday"?
Yeah. Anyone
Oh,
can
well,
say, is there
it's my
anything,
birthday
right?
next time I go.
Right. I'm saying, like,
It's my
we
birthday
talked.
year.
Yes, exactly. I told Gabby, I said, I don't know that if I can come here and not have it be my birthday at this
Yeah.
point. It's
Yeah.
just you get all this stuff and it's awesome.
That is
And so,
awesome.
but we decided to pretend our birthdays are like in January though next time because it is so
It's
hot in
hot.
June.
It is so
So hot.
hot. It is.
Yeah.
That's funny that you said that it only rained once because
Yeah.
we've been joking here in Tulsa that we've been getting Florida weather because it has rained once a day, at least every day for like the last 10 days. It's
Oh
been,
my
and
gosh.
then it gets incredibly humid. Like
Yes.
I walk outside and I cannot see because my glasses fog
Fog up.
over.
Yes.
Yes. And I'm like walking blind and oh man, it's
Yes.
so humid. It's
It is.
crazy. So
Yes.
I guess
Yes.
we got all the rain and you
Yes.
didn't. But that's okay. Happy birthday. Happy birthday,
Yay.
Jen.
Thank you, Jamie.
I love
That
it.
was super helpful. But
Yeah.
yeah, but we have to pack up and leave tomorrow. And it's always
Aw.
good to come home. But I'm gonna miss it. It's been so great here. And
Yeah.
yeah. And we also discussed so one of the things I had heard about this before, and I'm really noticing now are the smells.
Okay.
So it's kind of known that Disney will pump a particular type of smell in their resorts or their rides. And
Okay.
so this time I was like, I'm really going to pay attention to it. And like here, it smells so good. It's like this, there's like they have a fireplace, like fire pit that goes all the time up, like it's, well, I guess technically down below us, but it's kind of like the lobby area and you can just sit around it. But it's kind of like the smoky smell coming from there and like vanilla almost.
Ooh.
And you walk in and you can just smell it. It's amazing.
Yeah. I mean,
So,
leave it to Disney though. They're
I
gonna
know.
hit all the senses,
Yeah,
So it
it's so
works
true.
though. It works
It
and
totally
yeah.
works. It totally works. And yeah, I noticed on rides, like, the Pirates of the Caribbean has this certain like smell like in the water and
That's
it's
so
just
cool. I
it's
have
very
to go
neat.
back just for the smells.
Yeah. Yeah. Come for the food and come for the smells.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very
absolutely.
cool.
Yeah, we also kind of attempted to drink around the world at Epcot.
Oh.
I beat Gabby, that's for sure. Um, 'cause she was like, "I'm coming, I'm doing it. I'm gonna have a drink at every country," and I was like, "Okay." I knew that I wouldn't be able to do that, but I think she
Yeah.
had one. Oh, we had mimosas in France,
Ooh, ooh la
and
la.
yeah, and then she was like, "Done." She's like, "I'm done. I can't."
Oh no.
So yeah, but I
Wow.
did. I had okay. So one of the best things I had, I will share this with everyone in Japan, I had a pineapple coconut sake. It was like a
Oh,
frozen drink.
Yum. I've never had
But
frozen sake before.
I'm gonna be dreaming about this thing. I'm telling you, it was
Man.
so good. It was so good. So I highly recommend if you're in the Japan Pavilion area. Yeah, it's pineapple coconut sake. So good. It's just, oh my
Yum.
gosh. But yeah, I had 3 drinks. I drank in Canada as well. Had to go to Canada,
We
right?
love
We
Canada.
love
Yeah.
them.
I'm glad that you had a drink in
In
Canada for
Canada, yes.
Canada.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we had dinner at I'm gonna mess it up because it's French Canadian. It's the cellar, Le Cellar, something like that. I can't pronounce it.
Okay.
I'm gonna try. We've already
That's
talked about
okay.
my French. It's not good. And so, but yes, it was an amazing restaurant. And yeah, we had a great waitress. Bailey was her name. Shout out to Bailey, the waitress, the Canadian waitress. I asked her too, like where she was
Yes.
from.
Did you tell her we
Calgary.
love Canada?
I said we love Canada.
I love that
Yeah.
comment that we got, by the way, that
Yes.
on your Canadian
I did make a
post on
Canadian post on our
Instagram.
Instagram, and we did have like a spooky travel,
Yes.
agency. They have their own page, and sure enough, I said we love Canada, and they said we love you too. So
Yes.
see, look
I
at all the
love it.
love.
That's
Look at all
right.
the love. Yep.
Yes. We got to keep it going.
We
We
are.
love
We
all the
are.
other countries too.
We
But
do.
yeah.
Absolutely. We love all of the countries. But yes,
Mhm.
we had to say something a little special about Canada.
Yes.
We got to get back in their good graces. That's
That's
all it
right.
is.
That's right.
That's all
We
we're trying
do.
to do. So
That's right.
yeah.
That's
So
right.
yeah, it's been a great trip. Heading back home tomorrow. We are
Oh,
driving. We're driving, so we're gonna kind of split it a little bit. The drive
yeah.
wasn't terrible though.
Okay. 2 days?
2 days. We took a couple days. Yeah,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
hasn't been bad. But
Good.
yeah.
That's
So
awesome. I'm so
yeah,
excited. I'm so
yeah,
glad you got to have that trip. I know it was a long time coming.
yeah.
So, yes,
For sure,
very
for
good.
sure. So
I'm
yeah, good
excited.
times. Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome. Thank you.
Well, good. Well, it's been a really kind of a neat week. Some announcements.
Yes.
As we all know, we've talked about it in a previous episode, but Austin Kraska, who has the Ghost Files on YouTube,
Yep.
did a documentary on my haunted house in Lamar. And he
Mhm.
just sent the trailer for it today. It just came out tonight, and I'm super excited. It looks fantastic.
Yes.
And I cannot wait. So the premiere of that is going to be Saturday, the 28th of June. So a week from, what is today? Friday, a week from
Yes.
tomorrow, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a week from tomorrow, I
Yep.
believe at 8:30
Yes.
p.m.
Yep. That
So that'll be out, and we can't wait to check that
I
out.
can't wait. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
go check out the trailer. I'll put a link below for just the trailer to get you
Yes.
guys through for the rest of the week, because the trailer looks,
It
it's
does.
so good.
Just the trailer itself looks fantastic.
It does.
Yes. And
does.
Austin has agreed to come back on our
Yay!
podcast and talk to us a little bit about the whole thing. And
Yep.
we're super excited. So shout out to Austin and the Ghost Files.
Yes.
Let's see. The official name of the episode is A Haunting in Arkansas, the
Okay.
true story of the Shea family.
Okay.
So,
I love it.
I'm
So
excited.
good.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I'm so
We can't
excited to
wait.
see it. Yep. And then, we're going to talk a little bit more about Jamie's experience too when Austin's
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
About her haunted
So,
house, which has
right.
become
We've been
quite...
teasing it, but
We
it's
have,
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
But she's
We've been
doing it. She's
teasing
going
it.
to share her story. It's going to
I'll
be great.
share my story. Yeah, I'll do it. It's time. It's time.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's exciting.
Awesome.
That's exciting
So
news.
exciting.
Yeah.
Yes.
We also had a friend of the pod, so our friend Bill Segelkin. He went on a ghost tour in Gettysburg. So
Yes.
I've been wanting to go there, so I was excited.
My gosh.
He wrote
So
in
cool.
and shared an experience, but not only that, he actually was promoting us to the
Yes.
tour guide and was like, look, here's their Instagram page. And she was like, I already follow them. So that was exciting.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
it was exciting. I love that. I love that.
So we
Um,
appreciate that. We appreciate Bill. We appreciate
yeah.
the good people over at Gettysburg. That's
Yes.
incredible.
It's
That's
awesome. We really
amazing.
appreciate it. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So he shared a story of their of the tour that they took, and
Awesome.
a little bit of an investigation that they did.
That's
So
so
I'm
cool.
just going to read what
Yeah.
this listener wrote to us.
Yes.
Let's see. It says we were at the last stop of the tour, a high school, where in the center of the running track there's a tree that was in the middle of a combat field in the middle of Gettysburg, in the Battle of Gettysburg. Okay.
Wow. Jeez. Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, all of the tourists were in the field near that fenced off battlefield, wandering with provided for like dowsing rods or K2
Yeah.
EPM detectors.
Mm-hmm.
He said, my son was dowsing and I had the handheld electronics.
Okay.
In a little while, he began having a conversation with what he thought was the spirit of a woman that he thought was somebody's wife from the war. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. And so
Oh my God.
he said, while this was going on, I was following the lights of my K2
Okay.
going deeper into the woods near the barricade in front of the national park that they were not allowed access to.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me. So the signal started getting stronger in one particular direction.
Okay.
And he said, by the way, my cell phone was set to airplane mode. So the
Okay.
signal was
Yeah.
not coming from my back pocket.
Good for him. Good, good,
Okay.
good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he said, so as I began to follow the signal back out of the woods, I walked within earshot of my son, having a conversation with a woman he thought was calling herself Josephine.
Wow.
He said, I eavesdropped for a while, and he, with the prompting of Kendra, the tour guide, started to ask not Josephine if her name was some other woman's name known
Okay.
to inhabit that spot.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Okay.
Wow.
So then the spirit, according to the yes no of the dowsing rods,
Okay.
said no to the other woman's names,
Okay.
but also was saying no to the name Josephine.
Hmm.
He said, and that's when it hit me as plain as reading a story in a book. And I swear I'm tearing up just thinking about it now.
Hmm.
The spirit told me that Josephine was the name her enslavers gave her.
Oh my heavens.
And asking what her chosen name was, she wouldn't tell me.
Wow.
So after about 10 minutes of walking with her, I thanked her and went back to the group. The K2 was no longer flashing red.
Hmm. Hmm.
And that was the night. And that was the night.
Wow.
He said we all spoke the invocation for them to stay put and not follow anyone home, and then they
Mhm.
left. I just thought that was a cool
Wow.
story.
Oh my gosh. That's
Yeah,
incredible.
that's really neat. Yeah.
That is so neat. And
So
having a K2 meter too, yeah, which can be tricky. So he knew, because if
yeah,
you have that and you're by your cell phone, it's bound to go off. So it's good
right.
that he said it the way he did. And they
Yeah.
can be really helpful. I've had experiences too where you can really use that as a form of communication. They can move the colors and the lights. And so
Yeah.
that's amazing that he had that experience.
Yeah, it's so awesome. And
That's
it's
really
so
good.
awesome that we have listeners, writing in, telling us stories. And so
Yes.
we encourage that. If you want to write in and tell us your stories, we will read them on the pod.
Yes.
And we love it. We love it. So
Yeah,
keep
we
them
really
coming.
do.
And
Yeah,
thank you for
that
sharing with
was a
us.
cool story. Yeah,
Yeah.
really awesome. Oh, that's
Cool.
great. Yeah, what a
I
neat
know. I
experience.
love it.
Like Gettysburg. I mean, okay, so I haven't been to Gettysburg since I was in the 8th grade. We took a class trip to Gettysburg and to
Oh,
DC.
fun. Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
but that's the last time I went, and now I feel like I'm an adult, and I feel like I would appreciate something like that more. And obviously, the whole ghost aspect of Gettysburg, which is kind of
Yeah.
one of the most haunted areas,
Right.
probably in the United States.
Yeah.
Some of the most profound footage I've seen have come from Gettysburg. So, yeah, what a cool place to be. So, that must have been such a great trip.
Yeah. I really want to go and check it
Yeah,
out. I
that would be so
after
great.
after we got that story, I had to, of course, like check into it a little more, and
Yeah.
is added to my long list of destinations.
Go-to places. Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. Yes.
So I'm
And once
excited
again,
about it.
Gettysburg is in Pennsylvania, for crying out
I
loud.
know Pennsylvania is just becoming more and more awesome, I feel like.
It is. There's so much
So,
to do in Pennsylvania.
yeah. Yes, and it's so pretty. It's just
Yeah,
I had no idea. I had no idea.
I didn't either. I didn't
Yeah,
either. But
it's
my
really
goodness.
great.
Now we're big
Yeah,
Pennsylvania fans.
yeah,
Yep, love
we
it.
are. We love Pennsylvania.
Right. We gotta be careful. We're gonna
I
start
know.
having other states and countries
I know.
angry.
We don't
They're gonna
want
think we have
jealousy
a
issues.
right, exactly. Preferential treatment here.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
Love you all. We love
we
you
do.
all.
It's true.
Yes. We just like to focus on different areas, at a
Absolutely. Yes.
time.
Yes.
Yeah. We can't. I mean, we can love you all at once, but we can't talk about you all at once.
But yes. Yes.
Yeah. But today,
Yeah.
I'm kind of excited about this. As we know, I'm here in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
And as I've been meeting people, and a lot of times it's in my car and I'm playing our podcast. And so people will kind of start telling me some of the haunts around Tulsa. And I thought,
Yes.
I've been hearing so many stories. Maybe I'll just do a whole episode
Love
on
it.
some Tulsa haunts.
Amazing. I like that so much.
Yeah. So we're keeping it close to home for me
Mm-hmm.
today. Um, so Tulsa, it's a city that's pulsing with oil money. There's a lot of old
Okay.
oil money here. There's a lot of jazz music, and from what I've found, a long haunted past, from what I'm hearing. There's haunted theaters, there's haunted museums. There's like this twisted suburban house of horrors, they call it.
Oh,
So there's
okay.
all kinds of secrets, but it's not necessarily stuff that you would find in a Tulsa guidebook, you
Okay,
know.
right.
But yeah, and it's fun because I've been getting a few personal stories, a few people that I've bumped into. My sister, I'm going to share a story about my sister's house. Actually
Okay.
was on a road trip with her, visiting some family in the hospital in Arkansas, and we were sharing some haunted stories together. So
Fun.
I'm going to tell a little bit about her house as well. Some things that
Okay.
I knew about, but I kind of forgot about until
Okay.
she brought it up. But a little more about Tulsa. For one, there's evidence that there are numerous Native American burial grounds here,
Okay.
in and around Tulsa, including some that are still actively used or have been relocated due to development in the area.
Okay.
So there's some areas like the site of the BOK Center, which is this huge uh, venue. I mean, they do everything there. It's just a
Okay.
giant center,
Okay.
They do concerts, like big concerts there.
Okay.
But that area was known to have been used as burial grounds before the construction.
Wow.
Also, the 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre, which you've heard
Oh,
of, and we just had Juneteenth.
yes.
Also,
Mm-hmm.
there was a lot of stuff going on for that here.
Yep.
So in that area, the excavations at Oaklawn Cemetery uncovered remains, some of which are believed to be victims of the massacre. And some of that continues to be investigated to this
Wow.
day. So my sister, this was her previous house. She lives in a different house now.
Okay.
But her house was in a newer development. So
Okay.
not an old house. I would say it was built, fairly new. A
Okay.
lot of these neighborhoods are newly developed because Tulsa's really growing.
Mm-hmm.
But it was rumored to be built on or around Indian burial grounds. And so these are some of the things that she experienced. She lived there for years. Okay. Lots of things happened along the time, but some of the scarier ones were doors would just lock on their own. So
Okay.
this happened to me actually while I was visiting her in
No
that house.
way.
Yep.
Okay.
The door, I got locked in the bathroom. Like the door would not
No.
open. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Wouldn't open.
Whoa.
So yeah, she had to come and let me out.
Whew.
So that happened in numerous rooms of her house.
Okay.
She sent me a picture and she said she'll share it with us so maybe we can post it on social media. But there were times where she had, one of those plush blankets that are really soft. She had one kind of draped at the end of her bed.
Okay.
And I believe it was multiple times, but I have a picture of at least one time. There are footprints and they're small, like almost look like kid footprints
No way.
in the blanket. Yeah. She had no small
Ah!
kids. Her kids were all grown.
Yeah.
Tiny little feet in the blanket.
No
Yeah.
way.
Yep. Footprints in the blanket. No one else home. No
Oh, I
grandkids.
just got
No.
chills. I just got
Yeah.
chills. I was like, whoa. Okay.
Yeah. And so
Wow.
she was really starting to get freaked out.
Sure.
Her daughter and her husband both have heard disembodied voices
Okay.
mimicking her voice.
Ooh. Okay.
Yep. When she wasn't home.
Okay.
And they've reported that multiple times in that
Okay.
house. Also, she was working and this was back when we still had answering machines. Everybody had
Yep.
answering machines.
Yep.
She heard someone leaving she was working, so she didn't answer the phone, and she heard this big, long answering machine message going off.
Okay.
And so she was like, I wonder who called.
Yeah.
And she went to check it, and there was no record on the phone of anybody calling. There was no answering machine message. There was no
What?
trace of anything. Yeah, nobody called, according to her caller ID.
Oh my
And there was
gosh.
nothing on the answering machine. But she was like, I listened to it for like a couple minutes, this answering machine message. Yeah.
Oh my
So,
gosh. Okay.
yeah. So those are just a few of the little things. And that's
That
right
are
here in Tulsa. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
So, yeah. I had forgotten about some of those stories, and there's
Yeah.
there's more.
Okay.
So maybe I'll share more later, but those are the ones that we
Okay.
talked about today. And I was like, I forgot that happened. It's so scary.
Yeah.
Ooh, maybe we're just a haunted family. I don't know.
It's certainly possible.
My mom's got stories too. We haven't even
Okay.
started on those. Yeah. Yeah. Another story that I heard just this week. I thought it was interesting, but it was a passenger that I had, and I was listening to the podcast, and people always, start coming forward with their stories, and some of them are more interesting than others, but this one really creeped me out.
Okay.
Apparently there's an old water park that has closed down.
Okay.
And so this guy, he was pretty young, but he said him and his 4 friends were just kind of hanging out at night at this water park, and they were near the entrance, which was gated off and locked, a whole bunch of times.
Yeah.
And they said that all 4 of them witnessed a tall, shadowy figure just standing at the gate, like it was guarding the gate. And they all 4 saw it. And he said, I'm going to tell you, he's like, I never believed in the paranormal. He said, but we all saw this shadowy figure, and then it suddenly vanished.
Oh my
So,
God.
yeah. He's like, every single one of us saw it. We all were like blown away and freaked out. And they didn't hang out there much longer.
Yeah. They said, feet don't fail me now.
Yeah, I know. So I thought that was kind of another cool local Tulsa story.
I wonder, I would love to look into that and see if anyone else has had that experience.
Yeah.
Particular water park. Did he say which one it was?
No, but I think I could probably find out pretty easy. There is an open water park, and so I'm sure it was just one that was moved, to a location. So I'll find out, more about it.
I would be curious, because maybe someone who's listening is like, oh my gosh, we went there too, and we saw the same thing, or maybe there's something different happen. Right, curious.
But 4 people, saw the same thing.
Figure.
Yeah.
Woo, okay.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And why are they always tall, shadowy, dark figures? I hear that so much.
Yeah. I mean,
So
I've
much.
seen
What
it myself.
are they?
You've seen it too. I mean, you have the tall. Yeah, they're just.
What
These
is
shadow
it?
figures are huge. I don't know.
Oh.
Like, apparently in the afterlife, you grow taller, and
Yeah.
just get
I
shadowy. I
guess.
don't know, but yeah.
Yeah.
They're
It's
always
crazy.
huge. Yeah.
But I always think of, when you're walking and the sun hits you from behind and your
Yeah.
shadow looks really long and skinny, it's
Mm-hmm.
like instead of it being on the sidewalk, it's like that was raised up. You know
It
what I'm
was like
saying?
lifted. Yes.
That's what it reminds me of. What I've
Mm-hmm.
seen as far as shadowy figures looks like the sidewalk shadow, but standing straight up.
Standing up. Yeah.
Yeah. And then vanishes with no
Yeah.
light source in the dark.
That's
You know
the
what I mean?
thing.
So
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah, right. That's the
yeah,
thing. And that's what gets me about that particular story because they were there
right.
at night.
Yeah.
What are the
There at night.
chances? Ugh.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
at first glance, I would probably be like afraid that it is like someone, like a real person. At
Right.
first you're like, oh, we're in trouble. But then,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
the more you wait and you realize, oh no,
Yeah.
it's not a
Yeah.
human. That's
Yeah.
so scary.
So that really freaked me out.
Yeah.
Then I had another passenger um, that reported that there's a park called Mohawk Park here
Ooh,
in
okay.
Tulsa. And they told me that it's supposedly haunted by a woman that's said to be half deer, half human.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, and that there's been multiple sightings. And
Okay.
I did find a YouTube video that mentioned the half deer, half human.
Wow.
So
Okay.
I'd like to
Okay.
look into that. I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
visit all these places.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
But they also said that that people have reported seeing small human-like creatures that run around this park. So almost like little trolls or dwarves or maybe fairies. So that's been another legend of Mohawk Park. So that's creepy.
Wow.
That's even creepier to me than the half deer, half human, you know?
These little
That
people running
freaks me
around.
out. Yeah. I don't know about it. I don't know about it. It's like I'm more scared of a mouse, you know what I mean, than I am many other things in life.
Right.
A mouse scares me more than anything. It creeps me out. That's what they remind me of.
That's all I
But
could think of too when they told my mouse story, and I'm just
yes,
thinking you did not like that. So
I don't
it's like
like that.
the little people are probably not.
No,
That probably scares
no,
you
maybe
too.
they're half mouse, half human. I don't know.
Maybe we just need to
I
bring
don't
them
know.
some cheese or something,
Yeah.
and they'll. Yeah.
Okay.
No, like what's going on in that park?
I
Like
don't know.
that's
That
wild.
was wild. That was wild.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, that one I'd have to look into a little more. It's a little out
Yeah.
there, but
I want to know more about that.
yeah, me too.
Okay.
Me too. So there's a lot going on in Tulsa, but there's also some of the more famous haunts in
Okay.
Tulsa, which I'd like to talk about. And some of these are kind of full of more history, some rich
Okay.
history. The Tulsa Theater is one.
Mm.
I've been there. I went to
Okay.
see a comedian there.
Okay.
It was formerly called the Brady Theater. And
Mm.
I think it hasn't been long since it was changed to the Tulsa Theater.
Okay.
I went there for the comedian, and I did go into. You had to walk kind of down this weird hallway to get to one of the restrooms, and I remember wondering if it was haunted. Like I didn't
Yeah.
necessarily, I didn't know anything about it. I'd never been
Mhm.
there. I hadn't heard anything about it. But I just got, I don't know, I just got a feeling. It was nothing but a feeling. I didn't
Mhm.
see anything. But later I found out that yes, the
Okay. Yeah.
Tulsa Theater is known to be haunted.
Yeah.
It was built in 1914.
Wow.
Formerly known as the Brady Theater. It's one of the city's most enduring landmarks. It
Okay.
has hosted opera legends,
Oh.
vaudeville acts, and silent films.
That's great.
Yeah. One of the ghosts that are said to haunt it is called the opera ghost. Legend says that Enrico Caruso, one of the most celebrated opera singers of all time, performed there in the 1920.
Okay.
So the theater was known to be drafty. It was unheated at that time. And
Okay.
according to some, it was cursed.
Ooh.
So Caruso, the opera singer, became ill almost directly after the performance.
Wow.
And he actually died not long after.
Oh, wow.
And so many believe that he never truly left Tulsa.
Okay.
Security guards and stagehands report hearing phantom singing when the
Oh.
building is empty.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So opera echoing through the dark, dusty balconies when no one's
Mm.
there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So one of the employees wrote on maintenance on Reddit. He
Hmm.
was doing maintenance near the
Okay.
stage, and he
Hmm.
said, "Suddenly I heard a man singing, beautiful but distant. I thought a CD was playing, but the
Mm.
sound faded, and there was no one else inside but me."
Wow.
I know. I want to go. I want
I
to
know.
go check
I was
it
gonna
out.
say. I wonder if they do. I wonder if they do tours or if they let people
They're
investigate.
well, Tulsa does do a ghost tour, and it includes
Okay.
all of these. There's going to be 7 of the major places in Tulsa, and they're
Oh.
included in the ghost tour.
Oh,
So
how
that
fun.
is on my list. Yes,
Good.
I want
Yeah,
to
do
definitely
that
do
for
that.
sure. That sounds
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
very cool.
yeah. And also, this theater, there is said to have echoes of the 1921 massacre. So during the
Mm,
Tulsa Race Massacre, the theater was used as a holding site for detained Black residents.
okay.
It was a scene of despair, fear. Many believe that the residual energy of those days still lingers in the
Yeah,
building.
yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Um, Another Redditor,
Hmm.
not another frat guy is the handle. Said, my friend used to flip the breaker in the basement.
Okay.
And every time he felt the air change, it got
Mm.
heavy, like the air itself was watching. One day he ran upstairs and he swore he heard someone whisper, "Not again." That's
My
creepy.
gosh.
I
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Wow.
Not again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, it makes a
Yeah.
world of difference when it's whispered like that,
I
too.
know.
Yeah.
Whispers are creepy. Whispers,
Yeah.
mice, smiles.
Stop your whispering, stop your smiling, get out of your
Yes.
mouth. Yeah, these
Get. Get.
whispering, smiling mice. We've had enough.
No, we don't want it. Yeah. So the theater still runs shows today.
Awesome.
Um, but I guess some of the seats are not filled by humans. We'll see,
That's
but I don't know. But it is creepy. Yeah.
yeah.
I did get a creepy feeling, but like I said, didn't see anything, but I would love to spend some more time there and just
Yeah.
see. Yeah.
That would be
And definitely
awesome.
hit it on the ghost tour if I do that. So,
That would be so cool. I think there's a lot of theaters out there
mhm.
that are haunted, and so
Yeah.
listen, some of them are celebrate the hauntings
Yeah.
and they talk about the hauntings.
Right.
I had done some, I don't know. I used to do something called the 48-hour film project. I was a participant for years, and then I became the producer in Detroit. And we were lucky enough to work with the Redford Theater in Detroit.
Ooh.
And when I had come in to get kind of like a tour to explain like how we were going to, because with the 48-hour film project, it's where you write, film, and edit of, like 4 to 8 minute film in literally 48 hours in 2 days time.
Yeah.
And then we take all those movies, we put them together and then show them on the big screen, which is like super exciting. Like you make a movie and you get to see it. It's very, very cool.
I love
And
that.
so it's so neat. And the Redford Theater is super famous. It's great. It's just this amazing, beautiful theater. And I know when I got my tour of it and we just went in the back, it's the same thing. So when you told the story, no one talks about it necessarily, like
Yeah.
the Redford Theater's haunted. But man, I went back there and it was like, you're like, someone else is back here.
Yeah.
You just like, you
Yeah.
could just like feel it. There's something
Uh-huh.
else going on there. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's so I get that. You have the sensation of like, we're
Mhm.
not
You
alone
just feel
here.
it. You
Yes.
just feel it. Ah. Yep.
Yes.
I
Yes.
love that. I love old theaters for one. There's
Yeah.
another theater that I go to pretty regularly. I've gone to like a silent film there and
Fun.
some film noir night there.
Nice.
It's called the Circle Cinema, and I'm
Okay.
really surprised that I didn't find stories about it being haunted because it
Okay.
has that same feel
That feel.
to it.
Mhm.
Yeah. I
But
love
then,
old
yeah,
theaters though.
I love it too. And it's
Yeah.
interesting. Like I said, some do. There's others I know in Michigan. They're like, yeah, it's clearly haunted. You know, they have tours, kind of very
Yeah.
much like this one. But then there's others. I don't know. Like
Yeah.
you get the sensation that they
Uh-huh.
all are. It's just some people
Yeah.
just don't talk about it or make a big deal about it.
Right.
And so
Yeah.
yeah, but it's I don't know. My theory is every old theater is haunted. I'm pretty
That's
sure.
right. We declare it. We
Yeah,
declare
it's a thing.
it.
All of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, so yeah, and then there's also another place called Kane's Ballroom, and I've been wanting to go here. They still have a lot of shows there. It's a very big music venue to this day.
Okay, cool.
But Kane's Ballroom is, they say, haunted by music. So
Oh,
it opened in 1924.
okay.
It's a historic venue. It helped birth Western swing. So
Okay.
Bob Willis and his Texas Playboys made it famous.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Love it.
But security staff has reported shadows flitting across the balcony when no one's there.
Okay.
Instruments going out of tune mid-show, which I thought was
Whoa.
interesting. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Cold pockets in the warmest part of the room. Like
Yeah.
near the lights, where it gets so hot, but somehow it's cold
Yep.
near these hot lights. Yeah.
Yep.
There was a Redditor that shared, I was at Kane's late after a show and I swore I saw a woman in a red dress in the corner. I looked again and she was gone. I Googled it later and found that Bob Wills had a song about a lady in red, and I still get chills.
No way.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that's
love
very cool.
that.
Yep, I love that.
Yeah,
That's
that's
great.
so cool.
I like
And then
that.
there was another tale of a steel guitar that plays a single note late at night. No musician, no source, just one single note echoing, and then silence.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
So I
Wow,
love
that's
that
so
it's
cool.
haunted with
Yeah.
music. I think that's
Yeah.
so cool.
That is
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah. So
Oh,
Kane's
yeah.
Ballroom, and there's lots of shows there. They are constantly doing shows there. So I'm definitely going to go and check
Okay.
that out.
Love that.
Yeah.
That's very, very cool. Yep.
Yes. There's 2 museums actually here in Tulsa that made the list. The
Wow.
first one is the Gilcrease Museum, and it's actually been closed for construction, and they should be opening it back. They were like renovating it and doing some work on it, and it's been closed for a while. But I've heard that it's just an awesome place to visit. So just the museum itself without the haunting, I'm excited to check out.
Right. Yep.
But it's nestled in the Osage Hills. The Gilcrease Museum holds one of the largest collections of Native American and Western art of the world.
Wow.
Okay. But the museum's founder, Thomas Gilcrease, they say may not have moved on.
Okay.
Okay. Security guards have reported seeing a man in an old suit walking through the locked hallways. So these doors were locked, and they see this man in an old suit walking. Some say it's Gilcrease himself still tending to his legacy. I
Wow.
know.
Cool.
It's pretty cool.
Yep.
There was a story. I pulled a lot of stories from Reddit because these are locals that are sharing their experience.
I love that.
Yeah. So she says, my mom worked there in the 90s. She saw a man on the porch in a fedora. When she looked again, he was gone. No footprints, no sound, just vanished, just gone.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's not just adults that are said to haunt the Gilcrease.
Oh, okay.
Legend says that 7 orphan children once lived on the grounds before the museum was built.
Okay.
And their laughter is often heard echoing down the halls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Guests have reported seeing small shadows dart between exhibits, playful but unsettling.
Sure.
So
Yes.
maybe they go play in Mohawk Park after that. Maybe that's what it is.
They just bebop all over Tulsa.
Yeah. Maybe it's just little kids. I don't know.
Yeah.
A visitor told a local news station that it was like a giggle, like a kid's giggle, but
Okay.
there were no kids around, just me and those old paintings.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
woo,
Wow.
I
Yeah.
know. Creepy. Yeah.
You know, museums are one of those things. When I hear the stories of museums being haunted, I recently was listening, and I'd heard this before about the Mobster Museum in Las Vegas being quite haunted, and I don't know why I hear these stories, and I don't know why I'm so surprised, because I think, oh well, they're museums. Like I guess my mindset is the building, right?
Right.
I
Yeah.
forget sometimes that there's artifacts in
Artifacts.
there, and the things that are in there, like, of course, like, why wouldn't they have,
Yeah.
easily could have spiritual attachments to
Right.
them? Why
Yeah.
not? So
Yeah.
I think it's probably more common than we even know.
Yeah.
It's,
For sure.
yeah, which is so
Yep.
interesting. So yeah, museums may be the new haunted houses out there.
I know. I
Yeah.
know.
Mm-hmm.
And this next one, I've been to this one, and I'm going to tell you, it's called the Philbrook Museum.
Okay.
I've been to Cat Video Fest there.
That's right. Yes.
Yes. And
Awesome.
it is gorgeous. Like just
Mhm.
the grounds themselves, you just feel like you're in the most beautiful botanical garden.
Mm.
It's so beautiful. The
Yeah.
gardens, the building itself, all of it
Yeah.
is just a beautiful place. I mean, it's just elegant. It's like timeless. I don't know. It's a former mansion
Okay.
that's turned into an art museum. So it has lush gardens, it has marble floors,
Mm.
but a lot of visitors get the creeps. They feel
Yeah.
like there's something watching them from the
Okay.
walls when they walk through it. Um, so it's not like a traditional haunted house, although it used to be a house before it was a museum.
Okay.
But people often report a strange pressure,
Hmm.
like the feeling of just something pressing down on them,
Mm-hmm.
and then also the feeling of being followed.
Okay.
People have reported that statues seem to move ever so
Ooh.
slightly when no one's
No.
watching.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
So another Redditor said, I was looking at this portrait and I swear the eyes followed me down the hall.
Oh yeah.
I turned and they weren't at the same angle anymore.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. So
Wow.
skeptics sometimes will say that it's just art doing its job, but there's been so many reports of it that, we'll
Yeah.
see. I don't
Right.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah. So I've yet to explore much of the inside of the Philbrook, so I'm excited to
Yeah.
go and check that out too. And I will
That
let
would be
you
very
know if
cool.
I see
Yeah.
any
Yes.
moving statues. Yeah.
That's so creepy. I can't
It's
even
so
imagine.
creepy. But
Oh
it's
God.
such a common thing too. Like I've heard this is not the first time. I watched the scary comp videos, and
Yes.
there's been a
Yes.
lot of those too. We've talked about like there's a lot of reports of doll
Yeah.
possessions, and another one is statues, like their eyes moving, and
Wow.
paintings. Yeah, and then my sarsaparilla
Yes.
poster.
Yes.
Oh, so
Yep.
creepy, Mr.
Yep.
Magoo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
They're all moving.
they're moving.
They're all moving around.
Yeah. This next one is called the Hex House, and this one's really interesting.
Okay.
In the 1940s, Tulsa was shocked. There was a discovery of what they call a suburban nightmare.
Mm,
Carol Ann Smith, a seemingly ordinary woman,
okay.
had manipulated two young women into living in her basement for years. Okay.
Okay.
She didn't chain them up, but she somehow frightened them so much so that she kept them there with fear, is what it actually says. And
Wow.
some believe dark magic.
Oh.
She convinced them to give them to give her all their money, all their wages, obey her every word, and live in squalor in her basement.
In her basement.
In her basement, yeah.
Carol
So the
Ann.
house ended up getting raided,
Okay.
and the woman, after they found, the women in the basement, they freed the women, and
Okay.
then the home was actually torn down. Okay.
Ah, okay.
But locals say that the ground where the hex house was
Mm-hmm.
still pulses with this like creepy energy. So,
Okay.
one of a local poster on Reddit said, "We drove past the lot and the headlights on our car started flickering. It was like something noticed us."
Mm-hmm.
It's so creepy.
That is.
Yeah. Also, there's a ghostly dog that is said to haunt the grounds,
Okay.
and it was the woman's dog, and the dog's name was Bon Bon. Okay.
Okay.
Witnesses say it still patrols the lot, and they can hear it growling. And they've seen, one Reddit user said, "I saw a white dog just standing there. I blinked and it vanished."
Oh
I
my God.
mean, vanished is what she said. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Do
that's
you
so
know?
creepy.
Yeah. Do you know? Would you be able to know like whereabouts where that area would be? Like where to go?
I I looked it up, and I don't know exactly where it is, but I think I could find it, and I would
Yeah.
love to go check that
Yeah.
out as well.
I would love
Yeah.
to check that out too because I feel like I don't know, stuff like that,
Yeah.
especially when the house is gone and there's
Yeah.
still stuff,
I
man,
know. I
that's
know.
yeah, that's
It's so
pretty crazy.
creepy. Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's empty now, so it's just the grounds.
Okay.
But people still talk about it. I mean, they still talk about it as one of the most haunted places in Tulsa. Just the
Wow.
grounds
Just
itself.
the
Yeah.
grounds. Man,
Yeah.
Carol Ann must have been some kind of special witch.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so
Yeah.
creepy.
So she
Ugh.
just convinced these women.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
So I
they
don't know
kept going.
how. It was like a whole all she didn't there were no signs. I read another article that said there were no signs of like physical
Mm,
abuse. It was all
okay.
mental. So that's why they said they thought she was using dark magic on them, because she had some kind of like psychological control over these people. Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that
That
nuts?
it is nuts. And doesn't
Yeah.
it worry you a little? Now
Yeah.
I'm just like, man, you can't trust anybody. They'll make you stay in their basement.
I know, it's
And
so
you're like, what
creepy.
if you're
And
under some
they
spell?
gave all their wages to her.
So wait, so they were like going to work.
Yeah,
They
they just
would go to
lived in
work
her basement. Yeah.
and they would just come back
Come
and
back.
go to the
Yep.
basement.
Yep. Go to the basement, give her all their money. Yep.
Yeah, that's not
Isn't that
normal.
nuts? It's
Yeah,
so
that's crazy.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, whew, I'm
Okay.
gonna check out the Hex House grounds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And there's another place in Tulsa, number 6, and it's
Okay.
called Harweldon Mansion.
Okay.
Go. So this is a 1920s Tudor Gothic estate.
Mm,
It used to host charity galas, weddings, overnight guests. So it was kind of like a B&B of
okay.
sorts. It's beautiful. I mean, it's a mansion,
Yeah.
right? Guests report hearing footsteps in empty hallways, soft whispers through the vents. And these are like the ornate vents. So these are like fancy,
Yeah.
gold vents, but they can hear whispers coming out of them.
Okay.
Others say that lights flicker in patterns as if in Morse code.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so maybe
Okay.
they're trying to communicate
Communicate.
in some
Mhm.
way. Yeah. Um, One guest said, "I stayed for a wedding. In the middle of the night, I heard a knock, but when I opened the door, there was no one, just the sound of footsteps walking away."
Ooh.
I know.
Wow.
Creepy. Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So the staff doesn't advertise this place as haunted, but there's been lots of stories from guests that are even staying there now.
Wow.
And some have reported even leaving earlier like checking out
Oh,
early just because they were so
they
freaked
can't.
out
Yeah,
by it.
they can't do it.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
gosh.
yeah.
Wow.
So if you can still stay there, this is on my list I'm
Okay.
gonna go stay the night there and see what happens.
Okay, sounds
Yeah.
good. I'll come with you too. That will be fun.
Yes. Oh yeah, because you're gonna be here soon.
I
We
will,
have to check.
yes.
Oh, maybe we can check out all these places while you're
Yeah.
here. That would be
We'll
great.
extend the stay. We'll have a haunted tour.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah, so it was fun to see that there were a lot of paranormal activity right here in Tulsa,
That is so
and
neat.
it's like a little playground for me to check out
I
soon.
know. That's the
Yeah,
great thing. Like
I
you
know.
find these areas that have all these, these great stories and have been there and you
Yeah,
get the opportunity to go and check it out.
I
It's
know.
fun. Yep.
I was excited. There were so many well-known
Yeah.
haunts here in Tulsa. I had no
Yeah.
idea. I mean, sometimes you'll have a town that has one or two places that
Sure.
are famous for being haunted, but a
Absolutely.
lot of people say it has to do with the Indian burial grounds here, that
Okay.
there's just a lot of spiritual energy,
Yeah.
in the area.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. That makes sense.
yeah, yeah,
Wow.
I can
Yay.
see
Oh my,
it. I know. So I
so
can't
fun.
wait for you to get down here and
I know.
do some
Yay.
investigating with
That
me.
sounds good. Yes,
Woo!
absolutely.
That's awesome. But
Yeah.
yeah, so that's Haunted Tulsa.
That's incredible. Those
Yeah,
were really awesome stories, Jamie.
they're
I'm really
fun.
glad.
They're
Yeah, that
fun.
was
Yeah,
super fun.
yeah,
Yeah, I love that. Wow.
yeah. I
Yeah.
wanted to mention too, when it was talking about the dog,
Yeah.
one time I swear I saw a mean ghost dog, but it was black. And I
Okay.
actually looked it up because it was the same thing. Like talked about the white dog being there and then it wasn't there.
Yeah.
I was driving by and it was near a famously haunted cemetery in
Oh,
Arkansas.
okay.
And it was not far. I was almost to where I would pass the cemetery.
Okay.
And I saw this black dog and it was mean, and I saw it and then I kind of blinked and it was
Yeah.
gone, and I was like, did I just
Oh,
see a ghost dog? And I
right.
actually did some research, and this was
Yeah.
years ago, like before you could just Google on your phone. Like I went home to the computer
Yeah.
and looked up if there was something up with seeing a black dog,
Okay. Yeah.
ghost,
Yeah.
and supposedly it's a bad omen, so to see a black dog, so that kind of
Really?
freaked me out for a
Well,
while.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So I didn't
Okay.
remember that. There's so many things that just doing all this research on all these
Right?
places are bringing up all these memories for me. It's
Yes.
wild.
It
Yeah.
is. There's times like we'll just be having a show and we'll be talking and
Yeah.
then something clicks and I'm like, "Oh yeah, there was this time that
Yeah.
this happened to me too." So
I know.
that's been kind of the cool the show has like jogged our memory
It
of
has.
some things
Yeah. It
too.
really
So
has.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it's
And
been
I mean, there's so much more. I could just do a whole episode on things that I've remembered that have haunted me since we started this podcast. All of these memories have just come back to the surface. It's
we'll
crazy.
we'll do it
Yeah.
as an anniversary special.
There you
Like
go. There you go.
all the stories we
Yeah.
forgot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's
But yeah.
great.
So
Oh, well,
well,
good.
overall, it's been a really exciting week. So
Good.
we
Yeah.
love getting that listener mail, and we love that Austin's Ghost
Yeah.
Files documentary is finally
Good.
complete and will be
Yep.
released next week. So
Yes, that's so
excited.
good. That's so
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
And we
Okay.
had Disney vacations. What a week, man.
I
It's
know
been
it's been
awesome.
amazing. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I can't believe it. It's funny, when you're on vacation, you kind of forget what day it is. Like,
Oh,
there's been
yeah.
a couple times we've been like, wait a minute, what's the day today? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. And it takes a minute when you get home to kind of get back into things. And
Yeah.
so there
Yeah.
will be an adjustment period, I'm sure. Like, you
I
need a
know.
vacation from your vacation
I
sometimes,
know. I know.
just to like get back to
Yeah.
reality. Yeah,
Yeah.
Disney, who was it? I'm trying to remember. I was talking with somebody and they were talking about being in the Disney bubble.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
maybe it was okay. So I did get kind of talked into. I had a discussion with a representative about the Disney Vacation Club.
Oh,
So
okay.
I did go to a little meeting, and I think it was the woman who I spoke with. She said, she referred to it as the Disney bubble, and
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So I went, and just like Steve Gonzalez, I have been tempted with becoming DVC, and so
Mm, yep. Yep.
it's so tempting. It's so tempting,
I
It's
know. It
yeah.
is. It
Yeah,
is
I would love
tempting.
to. I'd love to do it. But yeah. Yeah. Oh, and real quick, I want to give a shout out to our travel agent. We go through Fairy Godmother Travel.
Oh, cool.
This is the second time I've done that. And I have to give a shout out to Karen from Fairy Godmother Travel, because Karen takes care of business. I cannot like sing her praises enough. She just handles it. Like, she just takes care of it. You just call up and you're like, this is what I want to do. I mean, she makes all the reservations. She makes all the plans for you. She got us the Savannah view in our room so we can make sure to see all the animals. And
That's amazing.
yeah, so I'm going to leave her info, because I'm
Awesome.
telling you, if you want to go to Disney, to call Karen and she will just hook you up.
That's
Um,
so cool.
Even when we came a couple years ago, there was one restaurant at the time we couldn't get into, and I forget the name of. I say it wrong every time. I think it's Earth 220. I'm pretty sure it's called
Okay.
220. It's at Epcot. It is such a cool. It's an experience. Not only is the food amazing, it's a whole experience. It's supposed to be a restaurant that's like 220 miles from Earth. It's supposed to be
Ooh,
in
I love
space.
that.
Yes. And so you kind of go in and you take this like special like ship up to this planet where this restaurant is. And when you get up there, like you are like looking out the window and you're seeing nothing but space.
I love that. That's
So
right up my
cool.
alley. I love
It,
all things celestial. So
yeah,
that would be
you would love it.
my kind of place. Yeah.
It's so neat. But last time she was so mad because it was the only reservation she couldn't get us. And she was just like,
Oh,
yeah, she was like, she's like, this doesn't happen. Like, I don't like this. I don't like it when I can't get the reservation.
oh,
So the day before, she calls and she's like, I did it. I got you guys lunch. And
that's
there,
amazing.
yeah,
That's
she did it.
great.
She doesn't,
She is a
she
fairy
doesn't let it go.
godmother.
Yes, they really do. Like, they will figure it out. If you are here, like if we would have had an issue, I could have just called her and she would have just
Man,
figured it out. So
that is
everyone
awesome.
give Karen a call. It's worth it. And she saved us money too. I know, like, obviously like a percentage of what you're paying goes to
Right.
the agent, but then in turn she ended up saving us money on the resort. So it kind
That's
of balanced
awesome.
out. Yeah. So it worked out really well. So we love you, Karen. You're
Yes. That's awesome. Awesome. And did you say you were going to leave her link in the?
Yeah, I'll leave it
Okay.
down
Yeah.
below. Like, if
Smart.
anyone else is planning a trip, or if they're just like, especially, it can be really intimidating.
Yeah.
If you, there's just so many things to do and to plan for, and that she
Yep.
just handles it. So yeah,
That's
leave
awesome.
info below. Yep.
Yay.
So yeah.
That's awesome. Well,
Yes.
thanks everyone. This was a fun episode. We appreciate
So
you
fun.
listening, subscribing, liking, hitting that bell to be notified when we post new content. We love
Yes.
it all. So,
Absolutely. And you can continue to follow us on Instagram at the Unexplained Archives 25. We're still working on our Facebook page. We'll get that
yes,
up and running.
under reconstruction.
Yes, that's like our goal. When I get home, we're
Yeah.
gonna get back to it.
Yes.
We'll get it fixed. But yes, everyone, thank you so much. And
Thank you. We'll
be
see you
back
next
week.
time.
Sounds
Woo.
good.
Yay. All right.
Bye.
Bye.